Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
He would have won.
You would have won.
Yes.
And you are not happy that you did not win this gaming contest.
Not at all, Your Honor.
Not at all, Your Honor. I'm just here to tell you. In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. Stop. Is that true? I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Sally Canner claims she won a video game contest and says the organizer withheld her winnings after she was falsely accused of breaking the rules.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Ms. Canner is suing Robert Cross in the amount of $5,000.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Deputy Thomas. All right, Ms. Canner, you feel as though you are entitled to $5,000 based on some video gaming prize that you feel you won fair and square.
Exactly.
All right, prove your case. Talk to me.
Well, I'm a grandma gamer.
You're
and
what?
I was a homemaker, and my kids love to play video games, so I started playing video games with my kids when they were young. And
Did you say you're a grandma
yeah,
gamer?
I'm a young grandma.
Okay, you're a young grandma. Nothing wrong with that. I have many people that I know that are grandparents, and they are working it at this stage in life. How long have you been playing, did you say?
I've been playing probably 30 years.
Wow, okay, so
Yes.
you got some skills.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I bonded with my kids, and then my kids grew up, and now I have grandchildren, and they're young, but I can play with them.
All right. And you decided that you were going to take all this talent and expertise and start competing.
Well, to be honest, my husband...
In fact, you got a medal on right now.
Yes, I did, and this is what I won. My
Okay.
husband passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I didn't have a lot to do, and I had a lot of time on my hands. So I just read about these tournaments, and on a fluke, just for fun, I signed up for one, and I actually did really well.
Well,
So
one of the ones you signed up with involved you, Mr. Cross.
Correct.
Let's talk about your situation. So you have been sponsoring these video game tournaments?
Yes, Judge.
How long have you been doing that, sir?
I've been doing it. I have my own company
Okay.
called Epic Tournaments, and I've been in the business for about 10 years doing these tournaments.
And how
across
do
the
you
United
make
States.
money?
I host and produce these tournaments across the United States.
And in hosting and producing, have you ever had any situations where someone who won an award ultimately was not able to collect on that winning?
No, sir.
All right, so in 10 years, that has not been your experience?
Has not happened.
Someone competes fair and square, they win, they get the money, we do the photo op, everything's great, confetti's flying, and we move on to the next tournament.
Exactly.
All right. That didn't happen here.
No, it did not.
Because?
Well, it didn't happen because Ms. Canner violated the agreement that we have.
Do you happen to have the agreement
I
that
do.
she violated?
I have the contract
would like
here.
to see it.
Anything else you want to give the judge besides this?
No, I think that's
Okay.
All right, because he likes to be efficient with his movements. All right.
So there's a part of the contract that Ms. Canner did violate, and it's at the bottom where it talks about we do not allow alcohol at the tournament or recreational drug use.
I see that. Which one of these two was one of the participants?
But you're right, it was our younger participant here, Dagger.
Dagger, step
Dagger's his name,
forward.
yes.
Dagger, what's your last name?
Jensen.
And who is the other person that was beside Dagger?
Dagger, this is his mom with him today.
Mrs.
Yes.
Jensen, step forward. And you made it a point to bring Dagger and Mrs. Jensen here because of what reason?
I brought them here because they were witnesses to the activity that I was describing about alcohol use by Ms. Canner.
All right.
Ms. Canner.
And your contention is she used alcohol, and as a result of her using alcohol, she voided the ability to participate in the contest.
Correct. She was very.
Had she been voided, what would that have meant to Dagger?
He would have won.
You would have won.
Yes.
And you are not happy that you did not win this gaming contest.
Not at all, Your Honor.
Not at all, Your Honor. I'm just here to tell you. So let me hear from Dagger. What's going on here? What's popping?
Your Honor, I've been a gamer since I was 2, but I really
Oh my God, since 2, you weren't even talking.
I didn't really get good till I was 8.
Yes, and so you started entering contests?
Yes, I entered tournaments over the years.
And how old are you now, sir?
Oh, I'm 11.
Coming up on America's Court.
I did see her drinking alcohol from a flask, and she was near my
It was in a
yes.
flask?
It was a flask, yes, sir.
How did you not know that that flask contained water inside it?
Because I could smell the alcohol on her.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sally Canner, who is suing Robert Cross for prize winnings.
Okay, so I take it in order to enter into any sort of contractual agreement, because he's under 18, mom or dad have to sort of co-sign on that, right, Mrs. Jensen?
Yes.
All right, so talk to me about this prodigy in the gaming field here.
Well, Dagger is a wonderful player. It's his passion.
Of course he is.
Yes, and I've taken him to a lot of Mr. Cross's tournaments.
Of course you have.
And he's done well. I did, though, unfortunately, at this last tournament that we were just at, Miss Canner I did see her drinking alcohol from a flask, and she was near my.
It was in a flask.
It was a flask, yes, sir.
How did you not know that that flask contained water inside it?
Because I could smell the alcohol on her.
So there was a smell that emanated from Miss Canner's person that you concluded was alcohol.
Correct, Your Honor.
And talk to me about your background, training, expertise as it pertains to identifying things that are alcoholic versus things that smell alcoholic.
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
I'm a teacher, so it's just things I look out for with, others. Sometimes
You're a
with
teacher.
Students.
What subject do you teach?
I teach elementary school, 5th grade.
Okay, and you teach what? Is it all subjects or?
All subjects, multiple
Okay.
subjects. Yeah.
Here's why I asked that. There's somebody else in this courtroom that has expertise. Prior to being the deputy in this court, he was a captain for the sheriff's department. You have background training and experience as it relates to people under the influence of alcohol, correct?
Correct.
Talk about that.
Well, in the 30 years that I served at law enforcement, I probably made over 1,000 arrests for DUI, driving under the influence, coupled with under the influence of drunk in public, basically.
You didn't just start making these arrests, you had training, right?
Correct.
What did that training consist of?
Alcohol awareness training, objective symptoms, slurred speech, droopy eyes, unsteady gait, motor skills.
Did you ever have to go to court and testify under oath as to your observations and your conclusions?
Yes, hundreds of times.
Hundreds of times. I take it you had to get some sort of certification, you had to pass tests to make sure that you understood what was taking place. Why do you think I made it a point to go through that with him?
Because it's important to be qualified to make a call on something. Yeah.
Especially if you're accusing someone else of something just based on, I saw a flask, which means you can't see what's inside the flask. Now, Mr. Cross, you awarded Ms. Canner the #1 spot, which meant Dagger got the #2 spot.
Correct.
Why did you decide to award Ms. Canner the #1 spot at the event itself while it's going on in real time?
Well, she won the event.
You were there.
She won the tournament. I was there.
How long were you there?
I'm sorry?
How long were you at
I was there the entire time.
You saw her when she checked in?
Yes. Yes.
Did she appear to be under the influence when she checked in?
Not when she checked in. But
Okay.
throughout the day, I did notice she was very loud. I had to continually go over to her and say, "Can you just keep it down a little bit?" A little too rowdy. And then when we presented the check to her at the end, when she did win the tournament,
Because she did win.
She did win it.
She beat you, Dagger. She kicked your butt. How you like me now? That's what you were saying to him, right?
Exactly.
And you didn't like losing to her.
I did not.
You were like, that's not how this is played out. You looked at her and went, I got this, right? How long did the tournament last, Ms. Canner?
The whole day. It was about 12 hours long.
It was 12 hours long. Okay. When did you, Miss Jensen, started noticing a flask?
Throughout the day as they were playing, but
Was it 12 hours long?
the event
Yes.
was 12 hours. Yes.
Were you there throughout the duration?
I was there with him the whole
Right.
Yes.
You knew that she was competing, because I would imagine at different parts of the day, you all are sort of knowing who's stacking up where. Halfway through, 6 hours in, you're probably feeling a little fatigued, but your adrenaline's going. You're like, I got to win this $5,000 because that's just an amazing amount of money to have. Right? We on the same page?
Yes.
Okay. Had you played around with Miss Canner?
Yes, I did.
Did you notice anything about her that was unusual?
Maybe at some time she would get a little too loud.
She was loud.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
very loud.
She was the only loud one there?
Yes.
Everybody else was real
Or not the
calm.
only loud, just like she was over the top.
She was
loud.
just like way, like, team way too much, right?
Yes.
She was doing too much. Okay, is that fair?
Well, I'm a very enthusiastic person, and I was winning. So, of course, I was like
You were
really
like,
happy.
I got reason to be loud. I'm kicking
Exactly.
these guys' tails.
Right, and nobody expected the old lady to win, so I was really happy, but I was getting fatigued as well, and that's why I make my concoction.
Let's talk about, you got a whole little setup here, all right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the concoction.
Well-
And you got the flask.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, let me see the flask.
Well,
Let's see
this
the
is my
flask.
husband's flask, and I bring it just kind of like bring a little piece of him to my tournaments. But I actually, Your Honor, brought you a flask to try my
Oh,
concoction.
look at you. Oh, boy, you are doing too much.
Do you
All
want CDs?
Yeah, let me take a look.
Coming up on America's Court.
I made this little magic potion that when I get tired at the tournaments, I take a little sip and it gives me a little energy and it helps me play. So I brought these samples for the bailiff and Your Honor if you'd like to try one.
You want to try it?
I'll be game if you're
right.
game.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sally Canner, who is suing Robert Cross for prize winnings.
I actually do have a picture. I snapped a picture on my phone of her drinking from that.
Let me see your picture. Okay.
Is that all you want to give him?
I don't know what someone's consuming if they have this. Okay, no, she's not. She's holding the flask.
Yes, but I saw her drinking from it, but got a picture of her holding it.
Okay, she's holding the flask. The hair is big too. I mean, you got your heels on, you got your dress going. You are like Wonder Woman up there. You know, I am woman, hear me roar. And you're holding the flask for what purpose?
Well, I start to get a little fatigued, and so I did all this research on energy drinks like ginseng, garlic, turmeric, apple cider vinegar, and I made this little magic potion that when I get tired at the tournaments, I take a little sip and it gives me a little energy and it helps me play. So I brought these samples for the bailiff and Your Honor if you'd like to try one.
You want to try it?
I'll be game if you're
right.
game. Yes, well, let's see what we got here.
You want
Normally,
the
I'm not
larger
just
one, right?
consuming content from people that I don't know.
All right. You know what they say.
You know?
Cheers.
Cheers. It has a smell.
Exactly.
And what's in it?
Garlic, ginger, turmeric, B12, and apple cider vinegar with a little lemon.
Okay. My eyes are watering. That is some nasty
Concoction.
concoction. Wow.
But it does give me energy during the tournament.
It would have to,
Yes, it does.
because otherwise, why would you drink it?
Coming up on America's Court.
I don't see anything that suggests that her eyes were watery. I get it. I'm older. I'm dealing with these young people. They're going to learn today.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sally Canner, who is suing Robert Cross for prize winnings.
We haven't even talked about whether or not she consumed any food. You could not have had a 12-hour event without having food.
We did have food.
Of course you
there,
did.
Yeah.
Because otherwise people would be starving. So if it's an issue where she was there 12 hours, just this amount, unless it's just pure vodka, tequila, whiskey, gin, and she's just go. But even over the 12 hours, Deputy Thomas, I'm going to go back to you. Usually if someone's under the influences, aren't there time constraints that you take into consideration?
Yeah, that probably looks like 6 to 8 ounces of liquid, and alcohol dissipates at 0.02 per hour. So she would have probably had to consume 2 of those during the 12 hours to be intoxicated.
That's why Deputy Thomas is up in here. Because I don't know this. Now, having said that, I was a prosecutor and I handled cases involving DUIs. But sometimes people would refuse to submit to a breathalyzer. So we had to base whether or not they should be filed. Were they in a collision? Were they unsteady on their gait? Were their eyes watery? Because I don't see anything that so much suggests that her eyes were watery, she was just completely out of control, she was lifting her dress up, she was twirling, she was cussing people out. I get I get it. I'm older, I'm dealing with these young people, they're gonna learn today that just because I'm old doesn't mean I can't compete and be excited, but I don't have enough evidence to establish that she was under the influence.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Dagger, what do you have to say for yourself?
Okay, well, I've been in many, many tournaments, and I've won many times.
Of course
I've
you
even
have.
won 3 times this year.
So you must be the business.
Some people will say.
Some people will look at you. I like you, Dagger. You're gonna be all right.
Well, I've placed top 10.
And you got $2,500.
Well, yeah, but I want that medal of glory. $2,500 doesn't mean anything in the gaming world, but that medal does.
That medal does not have your name on it. And based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the plaintiff. You can't meet the burden that she was objectively under the influence of alcohol. Part of what I also weigh in testimony is whether the person has a bias or has any sort of interest in the outcome. So these aren't just spectators who are just saying, you know, I'm just there for the sake of the game. They have a vested interest because he wants that medal. Judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000 and the medal and the bragging rights. Dagger. Deputy Thomas will get the flasks, and that is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $5,000.
I feel redeemed. I'm the winner. Never underestimate a grandma gamer.
Well, you know, like they say in the game business, you win some, you lose some.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.